Morning gang, beautiful day. Sunday morning, or mid-morning anyway, blowing in my face. Got this pond filled up, so I'll whack a photo in at the end of this to show you how many litres went into it, and then we'll pick a winner on the Wheel of Doom. I'm actually filming this before I've released the last video, so I'll do that one today, and then this one will go out in a couple of days time. But yeah, we're just moving the fish back in, trying to balance the temperatures, which is a pain after the decent weather we've had. Crying for the decent weather, and when it comes it causes problems, doesn't it? Typical Brits. So we just thought, while I'm going to do it, I'm going to drop them in and give them all a quick measure up, and they're all looking healthy and good, so we'll give them a quick measure up as they go through. So I'll flip you around and we'll have a look at the first two in the bowl. So yeah, these are the first two in the bowl. These are just Nisai. This year they put on a cracking amount of growth last year. So we've got the Kikikuru and we've got the Chagoi. These are actually both Yoshikigoi fish. Yoshikigoi over in Poland, they do some cracking fish at Yoshikigoi. They're superb. It's a decent farm to go to and visit. Yeah, anyway, these two are, that one actually took a second in size in class last year, but it's put a bit of weight on since then. We'll have a little measure up of it, see how it's doing. I'm not sure whether I'm going to re-enter this year, or whether I'll leave it be and put the others in. So we'll just see if it's going to be obliging enough. Probably not with one hand anyway. Where you bugger? There you go that way. 20, oh, I'm going to call that 30, I think. We'll call that 30. And I think this one's probably going to come in about the same size. Are you going to be obliging? Yeah. Oh no, a little bit shorter. That one's coming in, I think, about Winnie. Oi, bugger off. That's coming in at 20. Come here. I had it steady before. It's 27, but I'm just pointing the camera at the dog. There you go, about 27. Yeah, two nice looking fish. Definitely part of the breeding programme next season. This one, not sure yet. It's looking male, I think it's looking male. Those pec fins are quite big, and when you see it in the water, it's got a nice sort of lean shape to it. The Kikikuri, I think, is female. Actually, you can see the difference in the pec fins, which is one of the main things. And it's a Kikikuri or a Komonru. You can see the edges, the trailing edges of the pec fins. You can see on there, I don't know whether because of the glare you can see the shine on the skin. If it was Komonru, you wouldn't be able to see the trailing edges of the pecs. So you can see on the non-metallic fish, the shag, there's a bit of they're opaque. I don't know again whether you can see it because of the glare, but they're opaque on the trailing edge of the pec fins. Metallic fish aren't. You can see the trailing edge. That's one of the easiest ways I find to tell. And then obviously you've got the skin luster. You can see that sort of iridescence on the gill plates as well. Quite like the mask on that one. The Sumi's still got to settle down. It's starting to thicken up on the back, but as we know, with Kikikuru and with Komonru, it moves around all over the place, and that's one of the beauties of it. The only thing it hasn't lost ever is the mask, so that's quite nice. So we'll see. I've got a couple of Benny Kikos, so I believe that is female. So next year we might see what we can do there as well. But yeah, you can, I don't know whether you can pick that up because they're not together. Let me see if I can just push this one around a little bit and see if we can get them both in the same shot. There you go. Again, not the best, but you can see the pec size on this one, the shag, to the pec size on the Kikikuru. always very difficult to tell, always very difficult to tell, but if I was guessing, I'd go male, female. So that's the first two. Okay, here's the next two. Apologies if you can hear the wind chime behind me. The breeze is just up a touch. It's very pleasant actually. So the next two, absolutely stunning Ginrin Puricina or Ginrin Platinum Ogon, whichever one you want to call it. Again, metallic fish. You can see the shine all the way through the pec fins on this. Now that's an absolutely stunning fish. I've got some plans to put this with the Kujaku that we'll see in the next clip probably. Again next season. I believe this is male. This is only just Nisai. Beautiful pink eyes, absolutely stunning fish. This is from My Boy's Koi. I can't remember the breeder, but that's from from Danny at My Boy's Koi. One of the first lot he got in. Absolutely stunning fish. And then we've got a Benny Kikikuru. It's from New Forest Koi, one of the Mark Gardner line fish I picked up last year. I think it was only about 15 cm, well it probably wasn't even 15 cm, it was about 10 cm I think last year when I picked it up. Again, that's turned into a really nice fish. Now I do like the Benny is absolutely stunning. It's bright red, it is bright red. Just need the sumi to settle down and the zipper to form properly. They're not there's one or two misplaced scales really on the side, if I was being hypercritical, but it is a beautiful fish in my opinion. And being from the Mark Gardner line as well, is something that, you know, he's definitely, I've said it before, he was definitely an inspiration watching his videos. Just a pity he never got to meet the great man in person. But yeah, Rick certainly knows what he's doing down there at New Forest with these fish. So there you go. So we'll have a quick measure up. Maybe this one is going to be, oh, I thought he was going to be quite compliant then. Come on. Again, probably 27, yep, 27 cm. It's quite difficult to do this when you're trying to look at it through the camera to make sure that you... Come on, bugglugs. There you come, there you go. Feisty. Well, you almost did it yourself for me then. I'm going to say 22. Get off, bugger. I'm going to say 22. I don't want to stress him out too much. It's not too important to me at the moment. We may see this one at Coventry, just because it's just so it's just perfect really. A superb looking fish, but certainly, yeah, probably going in with the Kujaku next year. I don't think he's quite big enough to be up to too much this year. I think the Kujaku would spawn. I think she's also Nisai, but I think she would spawn. She's certainly got a belly full of eggs. We might give them a go and see what happens, because it's good to get a spawning out the way that you're not bothered about, because the first spawning, the eggs are always much smaller, there's fewer of them, etc, etc. So it's sometimes good to maybe do one that's not as critical. So we'll see what happens. But I think both of those fish will be going to the show, and so it's possibly something I'll do later on in the summer, excuse me. Right, we shall get these to it. Okay, so we've got the Kujaku. This was from Ken at the Koi Collection in Coventry. Absolute stunner. Now unfortunately the tank show I got at the same time I lost a couple of weeks ago. No idea why, not a mark on him. Went off his food for a bit and then found him belly up. Absolutely gutted. It does happen, unfortunately, it does happen. It's always nice if you can find a reason for it, but there was none at all. All these fish have been in together and they're all absolutely stunning. Just on that note, I put a short out in my pond being bleached the other day, and a couple of people have said, oh, we've got a problem. No, I've got a problem. I just put a new filter on, as you'll see in my previous video, and I jet washed it, but it hadn't been cleaned, and I thought, well, rather than throwing PP in while the system's completely empty, I might as well whack a load of bleach down its neck. So we got 4 litres of bleach in it, and that's why it was. Fish are absolutely perfect, as you can see. Now, I said before, this one's a female. I don't think there's any dispute about that, looking at the shape of it. She has got eggs. Her belly is the right shape to have eggs in it, but she's only Nisai. So I may take a spawn in just to get her to spawn a better spawn, so that next year I get a better spawn out of her. But stunning fish, in my opinion. Really nice shape, really clean head. A little bit mucky on the side here potentially. Could do with that Benny cleaning up a little bit, but you know, oh, if you look at that, she's going to be really obliging. There you go, about 38 cm. Absolute stunning fish. So she's nice and calm at the moment, so we'll get her in there. I'm just trying to balance the temperatures. This has already got up to 21 degrees today, and the pond's only at 16, so I'm just moving water gradually back and forth between the two. Excuse my hand waving about. So we'll get her in. The good lady's out cleaning the caravan, ready for a couple of weeks' time when we celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. Heading down to Shrewsbury. Rich, if you watch this, we'll be down in Shrewsbury. Might bump into you in a boozer. Anyway, yeah, we'll get the rest of them on the go. Catch you in a bit. So, Homer Sarko Shira Azuri from My Boys Koi. This one's Caroline's. She likes the black and white fish. So, oh, he was nearly obliging again then. Here's a nice little fish. It's got loads of goose. It's got a tiny little Benny just above its left nostril. Not sure if you can see it there, but yeah, she's going to bump. She's going to bump and tell me 25 cm. I'm not overly concerned, so near enough is good enough at the moment. The ones that go into the show will get a proper measure up. He's about 25 cm. It's a good point, because I've never really measured them properly before. I just put them in. I mean, it's not massively important unless you're planning to grow huge fish, and if you haven't got the facilities to grow huge fish like I haven't, so I've not got heat or anything, then it doesn't really matter. It only really matters for the show. So and this one won't be going along to the show. He's a lovely fish, but he's not a show worthy fish, that's for certain. So yeah, we'll get him in. So next is the Ginrin Sorghoi male. This is the male of the parent set that spawned the fry this season. Another Yoshikigoi fish. The Ginrin is something else. I have to say that the Sorghois and the Ginrin fish that they do over there are pretty spectacular, it has to be said. But yeah, a visit to the farm. If you want to look at Yoshikigoi fish, go to Yoshikigoi. But absolute stunner, and he's done the business, so we know he's good. The only real complaint for me on this one is his head's a bit mucky. If his head was cleaner, he'd make a great show fish, but his head's not really as clean as it needs to be. But the scalation and the Ginrin is something else. So if we can get that into some of those fry and then get that back into the bloodlines that we're trying to achieve with the Ginrin on the larger scales, on the Aragogi scales, then that would be fantastic. See what he's going to be. Oh, he's His gill plates are rough as sandpaper. Is he gonna calm down for me a little? Come on, big fella. Steady on. No, he's not. He's going to be a bit too flustered. Get out of it, you buglugs. I think he's coming in about 40 cm anyway, but we'll touch over. There you go. Yeah, about 43 cm, I'd guess. Again, it's only important to be shown, but his gill plates are like sandpaper. He is in the mood for love. So we'll see how we go. I wouldn't mind putting him in with the I won't put him in with the other Ginrin Sorghoi because I think they're from the same spawning. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're from the same spawning. But he may well go in with the Deutsche Sheba. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But we'll get these sorted out, and then we'll get them set up and see what we decide to do on the spawning front. It's always tempting to do another spawn, but it's space. It's the space then. It can get a bit ridiculous. So we'll get him in, and we'll see how we go. Okay, the last one that's going to get moved across today because I made a decision to try and spawn the Ginrin Shag and the Ginrin Sorghoi. Weather's perfect, fish are in perfect condition for it, and I can create the space, so that's all good. That's all good. Caroline's laughing at me. So again, another Ishiki fish. I mean, arguably I believe that they do the best Deutsche Sheba around. I don't think there's many would disagree with that, to be honest with you. I think they really do. Again, speak to Merv at the farm, or Ashley Dart maybe. Yeah, she's 50 cm. Absolute beast of a thing. Very much enjoyed being in the warmer water. The warmer water does really make these fish stand out. It really does. Absolute stunner. Absolute stunner. So yeah, I'm hoping we can spawn her later in the season, maybe with the Ginrin Sorghoi. But like I say, I think we have to draw the line somewhere. I think we're creating enough for what we want. We'll see how we go, because a lot of this is set up in temporary ponds, so there's still plenty of room in the Tozai pond, and some of those will be getting moved on. There will be some fish going this year, absolutely there will, because we can't keep them all. So yeah, we'll get these out. We'll give them a check, see which ones we're going to keep out of the Tozai pond. Right, catch you later folks. I think that's going to be it for this one. Have a good week.